is Nyx, and today we got some exciting news. Yesterday, Twisted Mexi came out with a new conflict detector for better exceptions. So if you've been keeping up with me, I do like a lot of Twisted Mexi mods, and I'm super excited about this new conflict detector. The thing is, Twisted Mexi don't really like conflict detectors if you ever like paid attention to their post. So they never really want to try to create one. But today we're going to try out what they have created. They do say it's still a bit experimental, but it may be one of the best conflict detectors that may be available for The Sims 4 out there to date. And so let's try it out, because we're excited about it, even if they might not be. The way it is right now is it's kind of experimental. You can download it from his Patreon as usual. You know the drill. You get it, you unzip it, you put it in your mods folder. That's it. So once you get to the game, like I have here, when you see the welcome to better exceptions version thing, I should have 3.10. I don't know why I'm saying 3.04, but it doesn't matter because I know I have 3.10, because when you click on it, it will say check for conflicts. You click on check for conflicts, it will open up your browser and show you what your conflicts are. So this is mine. These are conflicts as you can see, I've been clicking on stuff, but these are conflicts I've been having. They say that this hair conflicts with these eyes, which it really shouldn't. Again, Twisted Mexi said it's not perfect, which is understandable. All these Brandy Sims things conflict for some reason, and it shouldn't. I don't know why this Body Waves hair conflicts with so many of these other hairs, but they're saying all these hairs kind of conflict with each other. I don't know what's happening here, but that's basically what this is saying. Default eye set with the non-default, I guess they kind of changed a couple of the same lines because it's their default, non-default eye sets, but they don't necessarily conflict with each other. They're fine. Like, I haven't had any issues with them in my game. These two hairs are just like in different areas. So this is actually in hair, and then this is actually in the skin detail section. So that's why, because they're pretty much the same thing. They're just in different areas to choose from. These are all kind of rigs. This is a hair physics mod, so that causes like hair to like move, the actual base game hair to move or whatever. This breast movement, and then tongue movement. So that's why all these conflict, because they're kind of like all rigs, but they don't really conflict with each other. They're fine in the game. The only thing that this one especially might conflict with is Wicked Whims. If you have that, this one would definitely conflict with that. The other ones, I don't think they've had any issues with that, but like these are things that have issues. I didn't say this earlier, but this little green button here, the intention override button, if you hover over it and say, hey, these files technically conflict, the creator may have intentionally done this as an optional add-on or override. If both files are from the same creator, this is likely to be the case. These two files are not by the same creator, but they are both rigs. They probably function on the same XML. They have not caused any problems for me in my game. Twisted Mexi themselves have said, hey, this green thing is just to let you know, like, it's a possible conflict, but it's likely to cause any issues with your game. Usually it's the intentional override. This is not the case with these two, but they don't have any, but they also don't cause any problems in my game. So like if you see a bunch of these green ones, they are least likely to be causing issues with your game. So just be aware of that as well. This here, I have been looking to trying to figure out what has been causing me to have the loading screen I did not want for the longest time. Hopefully this fixes that. When I say that, this is my loading screen, bro. Not saying like I hate it, but like that ain't what I wanted. I never picked this loading screen. It's a Persona loading screen from like who knows when or whatever. I don't know, but it is what I wanted. Okay, so with this, hopefully I can finally delete what was causing this issue, because it has overwritten the one I actually downloaded. So we will see if that fixes our problem in a few minutes. Same thing with a lot of these other things. I'm not sure why this is popping up, but these are all the same hair. So this is all the same like hat or something, or hair, and they're all the same thing, but they just pop up in different areas so you can put it on. Yeah, so basically it just tells you things like that does conflict with each other. If you do decide to get like some of zero mods, because a lot of zero mods do conflict with a lot of other modders things. As you can see, something here conflicted, and that's because they already probably have this added to this mod. So that's probably why these two conflict. And then I have a zero mod up here that conflict with arsonist thing. I'm not sure why they conflict, but probably should just choose one. Look, but over here, if you want to know why something conflict, then they have on the side, they'll say, hey, this XM resource that conflicts. something up here was like the DDS resource conflicted or something. Yeah, this one said DDS resource conflicts. I'm not sure what that means. I'm not gonna lie to you and pretend like I do. I don't know what that means. But they're saying these things. This is why this popped up here. But I know for the most part in my game, it does not cause any problems. Twisted Mexi has made sure to say that, hey, this is kind of experimental. If you have any issues, or if you want to report anything that is causing or is they're saying this conflicts and it's really not, then you could go to their Discord. I will be linking this mod in the description. On this mods page, there is a link to the Discord, which will allow you to go ahead and report any problems you may be having with this mod. Any things that you see that it's a little weird or wonky, like let's say you know something that is supposed to be together, it's saying that it's a conflict. If you're a creator, you can go ahead and report like, hey, these are not conflicts, yada yada yada. But I think it's really cool that we are able to find a conflict detector. But let's go ahead and figure out if it actually worked. So we're gonna see if this actually works. We're gonna go ahead on and put this in our, we're gonna copy this, put it in our so we're gonna copy this, put it in our folder. I'm gonna paste this, see if we can delete it. So we're gonna go ahead and delete it and then restart the game. And I'll see what happens once we restart the game. Okay, so it has been deleted. Yes. All right. And then let's see if it's gone now. All right, so my game is loading up and it is actually the loading screen I chose and downloaded. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? So the conflict detector works. Look, it does work, but you do have to kind of like make sure it's not telling you to delete something that you know goes with another mod. These two are probably both purses, and then they probably like conflict over each other. The texture probably conflict over each other. So like this will probably help you if you got like textures conflicting. Maybe it doesn't hurt to like just at least move it out your mods folder to see if it makes any difference at all. Some of my other sliders I know do conflict with each other, and I should get rid of some of them. You know, this is the same thing. I need to just delete the old one. But anyway, like I said, this is really cool because it will help you, you know, when you have conflicts and you don't know exactly what it is. This will definitely be a better resource than a lot of other conflict detectors that we have so far. Again, like I said, I will link the Better Exceptions page in the description, and you can go from the Better Exceptions page. And if you have any issues, you can go to their Discord. They also have a video that's probably explaining this much more. He speaks much more clearly than I do. So you can definitely go ahead and watch his video on YouTube. It's up here at the top of his Better Exceptions page. It's only 6 minutes, so that's awesome. And that's pretty much it. Like, oh my gosh, we finally got a conflict detector that works better than some of the other ones, because none of the other ones will tell me. But none of the others will tell me what was causing this issue here, because I knew I had accidentally overwritten something. I didn't know what it was, so I'm happy. Look, so I'm happy. But anyway, I hope this is helpful to you all, and I hope you all are having a great day. Please take care of yourselves until next time. Bye.